welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we have a very exciting guest here in the studio, and she's a veteran. Go ahead and reintroduce yourself.
Hi, I am Jen Tobin. I am with Sunshine Recovery House. I am the conductor of chaos there.
Ooh, yes. And
or executive director, if you want to be professional about it.
I guess so. I guess we can be professional in here. So you were on the show before, back in 2020. So what is it like being back?
It's great being back.
Yes.
I'm not used to the spotlight, so but I'm glad to be back and be back promoting the Scared Sober.
Yeah. And we're just talking about how 2020 feels like it was so long ago. So I'm sure you guys have made a lot of changes since then.
Yes, we have. We moved into the house.
Mm-hmm.
So we started with the house manager and 5 ladies from the old house, or the original house, and now we have 11 beds.
Yeah.
So,
My gosh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So of course, the first question I ask is, what brought you to Waco, or are you a Waco native?
God brought me to Waco 17 years ago after a divorce, and actually his family live here, and a pretty bad car accident.
Oh,
So
wow.
while I was in the hospital, my house sold.
Oh, wow.
So I went home for a while to my mom's in Mississippi to recuperate, and I had visited here that summer, and God just drew me back here.
Wow.
So here I am.
I always say, why Waco? What was the moment?
When I walked into my church and the music they were playing was the music I was listening to on the radio.
Oh my
And I could wear
gosh.
jeans.
Oh, yeah. That does it.
That was it.
Especially like Texas, Southern. What church do you go to, if you don't mind me asking?
I go to Antioch.
Oh, okay.
Community church.
Love the Antiochers.
Yeah.
You guys are so great. That's
Yep.
fantastic. So we're going to be talking about the Scared Sober House. So spooky, or in the vibe. It's
the
Halloween
vibe.
time. Tell me all about it.
So Halloween is a dark holiday, and addiction is a pretty dark walk.
Yeah.
So to shed some light on the effects of walking in that darkness, we decided to do Scared Sober. Actually, the first time I walked through the house we live in now, when it was empty, and right before we bought it, I'm like, this would be a cool haunted house.
Oh.
Yeah. So we it was under renovations and construction that first year that we owned it, and we went for it. I met another lady, and she's like, oh yeah, it really would. I love Halloween. So she became my scare crew chief, and we did it. We did it the first year, and then that was in 2019, and then in 2020, with COVID and everything, we didn't know if we could do it.
Yeah.
But I was like, before we move in, we had set a goal to move in the house manager before Thanksgiving. And I'm like, I want to do Scared Sober again. I want to haunt it one more time. The only ghost we left behind was the Holy Ghost. So no one that lives there or has lived there has ever complained of any spirits.
So you don't think it's haunted?
No, she's not haunted.
Okay.
No.
Snap.
No, definitely not.
Well, my other podcast is the Poltergeist, so I always have to ask just to make sure, just so we know.
Just so we know, she's not haunted.
Okay.
The Holy Ghost reigns there. Jesus,
That's so sweet. And so you say it's a she. Is the house a
The house,
she?
yes. I dubbed her the Pink Lady because she's a big pink house. So she has her own entity. So she I don't know. But she deserves respect. She's 102 now, I
Wow,
think.
fantastic.
And we say that she purges out the ones who don't the ladies who don't need to be there, who are just not ready to walk their walk in recovery. And she's a pretty sturdy old girl.
Wow,
I love her.
I love that. So tell me the mission behind Sunshine Recovery House.
So Sunshine Recovery House was started in 2017 with a ragtag board of people, including myself, I didn't know how to be on a board, didn't know what a board did, but we somehow got together all the paperwork things you have to do to start a nonprofit. And we rented a house in the middle of Waco that had 5 women. And then we quickly expanded to a house up a block away, and had 9 women.
Wow.
So we were renting these houses. Had a huge fundraiser in 2018, 19, and 19. and purchased the Pink Lady.
Yay.
Had grand renovations.
Because I know that's when we were talking, was we were getting into the renovations.
Yes,
so.
we had huge renovations plans for her. Beautiful ideas, and but then COVID happened and all the renovations came to a screeching halt. And that was the week of our second grand fundraiser.
Wow.
So also there wasn't any money. So then leadership change happened, and we went through some turmoil during that summer, kind of lost direction, but the board came together that fall of 2020 and decided to do what we needed to do, scrap the grand renovation, because when we bought the house, people lived in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't an empty house, but she sat empty for a year.
Oh, wow.
And what happens to buildings when they sit empty? They deteriorate.
Yeah.
Bees move in. We had to remove.
Not ghosts.
Not ghosts. We had honeybees move in. Yeah. So, and just things just kind of, so we did what we needed to do.
Yeah.
Slapped some paint on her on the inside and just moved in.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. And so how long have you guys been in the house now?
Since November of 2020.
And how's it been going?
It's great living in an old house. We also dub her the money pit.
Of course.
She has 70 windows
Beautiful.
of various sizes. Well, she has 69 because one is boarded up.
Ooh.
It fell out. It just fell out one day.
That happens.
Yeah, that happens in old houses. So she needs a facelift.
Yeah.
Pretty badly, pretty desperately, which is why we're doing this fundraiser, the Scared Sober, and we also have a GoFundMe. If you're not into haunted houses, we also have unshakable milkshakes. Go buy a milkshake.
Whoop, whoop.
All the proceeds there go into Sunshine. So. Yeah, she needs a facelift. She needs some rewiring. So, yeah, she needs some internal work, too.
Well, it's fantastic. And now for a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And I'm Carter.
And this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.
Hey y'all, I'm April,
Hi, I'm Caroline.
and we have a new podcast for you. What's it called, Caroline?
Bloody Happy Hour.
It's going to be your new favorite guilty pleasure. We're going to talk about some bloody stuff. Serial killers, true crime,
Rape.
rapists. Why not join us? We'll have a good time.
You literally never know. I don't know what I'm going to say. Bloody Happy Hour. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
And now, back to the episode. So why do you think you guys are so important being here in Waco? Why Waco specifically?
Waco is now my home. I mean, every city probably has this problem. Waco has 60 beds for men in transition home beds for men. And with our 11, and there's another house with 5 beds.
Wow. So there really is a need for it.
There really is a need. Women don't typically go into transitional housing because they don't want to leave their children or their pets. But yeah, if their kids are in a safe place or they're in the process of getting their children back, we're a good stepping stone. So we've had several of our residents move from our house into Compassion and get their kids back within a year.
Wow.
So.
That's fantastic. And especially being in between Dallas and Austin, do you think that really makes a difference?
I do. Yeah. We have I don't know. Does it? I'm really not sure. We have several treatment facilities around us, and they come to us from there too. So yeah.
Okay, that's great. And so how can people get involved and get engaged?
Go to our website. Website. I can't talk all of a sudden. SunshineRecoveryHouse.org. And you can click on to volunteer. We ask for family dinner to be provided on the first Monday of the month. We would love for somebody to come and maybe give a budgeting class on a Monday night, not necessarily the first Monday. We have a mandatory house meeting on Monday night where they come together and they pay their rent. And then we have a church groups come in and do a sober-based Bible study.
Wow.
We've had art therapy come in. That was fun. Just different things. We would love a budgeting class. That would be great for just one Monday a month.
Yeah.
To come in for a couple months and teach us how to be, or the ladies how to be financially sound with their money. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody could benefit from that
Everybody,
as well.
I could benefit from that. Yeah.
I need it. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I only drink a couple Starbucks. It's too many.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Mine is the T-bar at
Oh,
Union Hall.
Zooks. How dare you?
Yes, I love them.
We've had Stacy on the show. Shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad for the mission that you guys are doing here in Waco. What is something you would like to see more of in Waco?
Better public transportation.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
I always feel that same need. Like everybody, I come on the show, a lot of them are just like, we need 35 fixed, which I'm like, yes, we do. But also our public transportation really doesn't have a very good schedule, the running times, where they go. Why do you think that's so important to specifically our infrastructure?
Because we have a lot of people who don't have driver's license or are driving around illegally because it takes 3 hours to get somewhere on the bus when it takes 5 minutes to drive across town, or 10 with all the road construction. But yeah, why should it take 3 hours to get to a doctor's appointment?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at-risk populations especially are going to be affected by that, because then if they're getting in and out of the system, or maybe not having a license, still needing to do things that everybody else does, it's kind of unfair for having that. What is one thing that your goal is by the end of the year to help improve?
To help improve Waco?
Or just your population that you guys are most
I would
important
love to have the windows replaced in this house by the end of the year. That'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic if we could get that started. I don't know.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's all right. No worries.
Yeah, I tend to focus on what's in front of me
Like what's right now.
What's
Yeah,
right now,
I totally understand. We're getting towards the end of 2022. So you guys have this fundraiser opportunity. How can people donate? How can people give you guys money?
Come and get scared sober.
Whoop, whoop.
It's at 412 McKeen. It's going to be the 27th through the 31st, 6:30 to 10, because we're old and we need to go to bed. And you can also donate at sunshinerecoveryhouse.org. There's a donation tab there. You can come to Unshakable Milkshakes and buy some ice cream. No, you don't have to have a $10,000, $11 shake. We sell scoops. So
Yeah, that's
we can
good.
put sprinkles on the scoops for
There
your
you go.
kids. And Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of opportunities for the community to get involved. Would you like to shout out anybody that has helped you guys on this journey?
Corey Dickman at Waco Escape Rooms has given us the space for Scared Sober this year, so that's been
Yay.
great. MCC for giving me the day off. Well, I'm taking vacation time, but
I know you were like, I'll be off all day Thursday. I was like,
Yes.
that's perfect.
Yeah. So I'm using vacation time.
Yeah.
It's sanctioned. But yeah, what else? Who else? Just
Anybody on your board? Anybody that's helped out in the community?
our board is amazing. They're great, but I don't know if they want me to say their names.
Okay,
So,
I understand that.
Jesus Says Love supports us a lot.
Yes,
so,
we love
yeah.
them. We've had
Yeah.
them on the show. Shout out
Love
Jesus
them.
Said Love.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners today?
Come and get scared sober. Let's shed some light on addiction and have some fun.
Yeah, and what
Yeah.
are some things that people can see at the haunted house? Or is that under wraps?
Well, it's under wraps. It's still under construction right now. But I did share. It's walking the path of addiction. The addiction is very dark, so it's going to be dark and creepy. We can tone it down for kids. We prefer parents to go through with their kids. There'll be strobe lights in one room. It's going to be like a panic room, anxiety driven room. What are your phobias? And then addiction is walking through webs of lies. You create this web of lies around you. So we, what spins webs? Yeah. So that's another phobia. And then there's a lot of chaos and addiction. So there'll be like a chaos crazy room.
And you're the chaos queen, right? Or what'd you say?
chaos coordinator.
Chaos coordinator.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. I like that more. But yeah, so that sounds amazing. And I mean, it goes all to a great cause. And again, this is very important to, our community and helping getting people involved and active. Again, there's ways to volunteer, donate. And I just want to thank you for coming on again.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. And I hope people go get scared sober.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All
It's
right.
been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find us everywhere and all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.